Now for add new category data, under this React point of sale application, so first we want to create AddCategory component, under the front-end React directory. So we have goes into components directory of front-end directory, and here, we have create one new file, with name like, AddCategory.jsx. In this file, first we have to write, import statement with React library, and use state hook from React module. Hence here, we have import React core functionality, along with use state hook, to manage form input states, for category name, and status in the AddCategory component. After this, we have to write, destructuring import with useNavigate, and link from React router DOM. Thereby here, we have import routing utilities, where useNavigate enables programmatic navigation after form submission, and link creates breadcrumb navigation links, for seamless single-page app flow. Next we have to write, import statement for Axios library, thus here, we have import the Axios HTTP client to make post requests, to the backend API for creating new categories, with authenticated headers. Then we have to write, import statement for import Bootstrap CSS file. So here we have import Bootstrap framework styles to provide responsive form layouts, cards, alerts, and buttons with a professional appearance, for the category creation interface. Next we have to write, function declaration for AddCategory component. So here, we have defined, a functional React component responsible for rendering, and handling a form to add new product categories, to the point of sale system. Inside the component, we have to write, use state hook for category name, which state initialized to empty string. Thereby here, we have create a state variable, to store the user entered category name, with set category name function to update it as the user types in the input field. After this, we have to write, use state hook for category status state initialized to active. Thus here, we have create a state variable to store the selected category status like active or inactive, and here defaulting to active for new categories, with set category status to update it. Then we have to write, use state hook for error state, which initialized to empty string. So here, we have create a state variable to store any error messages from validation, or API failures, with set error to display feedback to the user. Next we have to write, constant navigate equal to, useNavigate hook function call. Hence here, we have obtained the navigation function, to redirect users back to the category management page, after successfully adding a new category. Then we have to write, constant handleSubmit async function, with event parameter. Thereby here, we have defined an asynchronous form submission handler, to process the category creation request, marked as async to handle API calls, with await. Inside handleSubmit, we have to write, event.preventDefault method. Thus here, we have prevent the default form submission behavior, that causes page reloads, ensuring a smooth single-page application experience. Next we have to write, set error function call, with empty string. So here, we have clear any previous error messages, before processing the new submission, and providing a fresh start for user feedback. Then we have to write, if condition, checking if category name is falsy, hence here, we have validate that the category name field is not empty, before sending the API request. Inside if block, we have to write, set error with required field message. Thereby here, we have display an error message to the user, if the category name is missing, and stopping further processing, with a return statement. Next we have to write, return statement, so here, we have exit the handleSubmit function early, if validation fails, preventing the API call, when the category name is not provided. Then we have to write, try block for API call, so here, we have wrapped the Axios POST request in a try catch, to handle potential errors like, network issues, or backend validation failures gracefully. Inside try block, we have to write constant token variable equal to localStorage.getItem with token key. Hence here, we have retrieved the JWT authentication token from browser storage to include in the API request headers for secure access. Next we have to write await Axios.post method with 3 parameter. In first parameter, we have to write backend API for handle AddCategory data request. In second parameter, we have to define form data like category name and category status. In third parameter, we have to write header keys, and under this, we have to define authorization key with value of token variable. So here, we have send post request to the backend API for create new category with provided name and status, including the bearer token, in the headers for authentication. After successful API call, we have to write navigate function call with /categories path. So here, we have redirect the user back to the category management page, where the new category will appear in the data tables list. Then we have to write catch block with error parameter. So here, we have handled any errors from the Axios post request, such as invalid token, server errors, or backend validation failures. Inside catch, we have to write set error function with conditional error message. So here, we have display specific error from backend response, if available. Next we have to write return statement with starting JSX for rendering the AddCategory form. So here, we have begin defining the UI structure with breadcrumbs, error alerts, and a form within a Bootstrap card. Inside it, we have to write React fragment to wrap multiple top-level elements. Thus here, we have grouped the heading, breadcrumbs, and form without adding extra DOM nodes for cleaner rendering. Inside fragment, we have to write header 1 heading with top margin class, so here, we have displayed the page title, AddCategory, with proper spacing, from the top navigation bar. Next we have to write ordered list with Bootstrap breadcrumb classes, and bottom margin. So here, we have create a navigation trail showing the hierarchy, from dashboard to category management to AddCategory. In second breadcrumb item, we have linked to categories list page. So here, we have add a clickable link to the category management page, which showing the parent section of the current AddCategory action. In third breadcrumb item marked as active, so here, we have displayed the current page indicator without a link, which clarifying the user position in the navigation hierarchy. Next we have create one division tag, with class is equal to row. Under this, we have create another division tag, with Bootstrap grid class. Then after, we have create another division tag, with Bootstrap card class. Inside card, we have to write card header div with title, so here, we have display AddCategory as the form's title, which reinforcing the purpose of this section. Next we have to write card body division tag, so here, we have create the main content area, which containing the form elements for category creation. Inside card body, we have to write form element with onSubmit tied to handleSubmit function. So here, we have create a form that triggers the handleSubmit function when submitted, and it handling category creation logic. Under this form, first we have create one division tag with Bootstrap library margin bottom class. In this tag, we have create one label element with HTML for attribute is equal to category name, and in label text also, we have write category name. So here, we have add a form label for accessibility, which indicating the purpose of the category name input field. After this, we have to write input field with type is equal text. After this, ID attribute is equal to category name. Under this tag, we have to write class name attribute is equal to form control. In value attribute, we have to write category name variable. And then after, we have to write onChange event is equal to function with event parameter as argument. And under this function, we have to call setCategoryName function with parameter like event.target.value. So here, we have create a text input for category name, which bound to category name state, and updating it on user input changes. Next for setCategoryStatus file, here, we have create one select tag with ID attribute is equal to category status. Then after, we have to write value attribute is equal to category status variable. Next in class name attribute, we have to write form select bootstrap library class. And in onChange event, we have to call function with event as parameter. And in inside function, we have to call setCategoryStatus function with parameter like event.target.value. So here, we have create a drop-down menu for selecting category status. Inside this tag, we have write option tag with value is equal to active, and in option value also, we have to write active. And in second option, we have to write option tag with value is equal to inactive, and in option value, we have to write inactive. So here, our category status select box is ready. Now for submit, here, we have create one input tag with type is equal to submit. In value attribute, we have to write AddCategory, so when we have click on this button, then it will submit form data. Finally we have to write export default statement with AddCategory component name. So here, we have to export the AddCategory component for use in routing configuration, typically mounted at /categories/add within a protected route wrapper, to ensure admin-only access with authentication. So here, our AddCategory component is ready. Now we want to import this component in app.js file. So here, we have goes into app.js file, and here, we have to write import AddCategory from path of AddCategory component name. So here, we have brought in the AddCategory component, which lets admins create new product categories in our point of sale system. Next, inside routes element, we have to create one new route element with path attribute is equal to /categories/add. And then after, we have to write element attribute is equal to open and close protected route, and between this, we have to write AddCategory component. So here, we have set up a protected route that shows the AddCategory page only to logged in admins, and keeping it secure, and displaying it inside the app's layout, with navigation. So here, our code is ready for display AddCategory form under this React point of sale application. Now in browser, first we have refreshed this category list page, and here, we can see that Add button has been displayed. So we have click on this button, and after click on button, here, we can see that AddCategory form has been displayed on web page. Now we want to write backend code for insert new category data in MySQL table.